Oh, hello. How are you doing? I just noticed you there. You are beautiful. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'll call you back. Hi, how are you doing? Oh my gosh. Excuse me just a moment. What's your name? I saw you from the corner of my eye. I have to talk to you now. So how can you get noticed by men? How can you dial up the attention that you're receiving from men? That's what we're going to be talking about today. And this actually came in from a client of mine who had a brilliant insight that I want to share with you. So how can you receive attention from men? Well, there's a universal principle called the law of receiving. So how do you activate the law of receiving? The law of receiving is activated, interestingly enough, by giving. And you and I both know this, is that what you put out there, you get back, right? And so what this client said, she goes, oh my gosh, I'm just realizing this. She says, I have amazing friendships in my life. I have joy in my life. I have financial, she's successful. She's a professional woman. She goes, I have financial success in my life. And I notice in each of these categories, I'm generous and I give in those categories. I tithe money, I give to charities, and I have financial abundance. I give my joy to my friends, I give joy to the world, and I have more joy in my life. I give friendship to other people easily and I receive friendship. She said, I'm not receiving interest from men. And then I realized I am being very stingy with showing interest in men. And therefore, men aren't showing interest back to her. I thought that was a brilliant insight because oftentimes when it comes to dating and relationships, we will treat it like this. Someone will be looking at a fireplace and they want heat from that fireplace. And they'll say, look, give me heat and then I will give you some wood. Give me heat. Come on, give me the heat and then I'll give you the wood. Hey, you're not giving me any heat. You're not getting any wood until you give me some heat. And we would look at a person doing that and think they were crazy. And yes, that's what we do in dating all the time. We say, hey, show me interest first, and then I will show you interest. Pay attention to me first, and then I will pay attention to you. Where it's actually the opposite. You want to receive interest and attention from men, start showing interest and attention to men, and then you're going to start receiving a whole nother level of interest from men. I'm going to share with you 3 easy strategies that you can do right now. Now, showing interest doesn't mean that you're coming across needy. It doesn't mean that you're coming across desperate. It's all in how you show your interest that communicates whether or not there's neediness or being desperate there. In fact, showing interest takes a lot of confidence, takes a lot of courage, and often really high value people are willing to be generous with their interest rather than stingy with their interest, right? They're generous with their interest because they know that if it doesn't work out, the person doesn't reciprocate, it's not going to be devastating to them. So it's a subconscious communication that you're high value, that you actually have a lot of options if you're willing to show your interest. So I'm going to share with you right now 3 strategies for how to show your interest so that you can ignite interest from men. Strategy number 1 is make the first move. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Matt, it's the man's job to make the first move. I don't want to be masculine. I shouldn't make the first move. And let me just tell you, typically women have been making the first move since the beginning of time, okay? Forever women have been making the first move. Imagine the handkerchief. When a woman back in the Renaissance era would drop the handkerchief and yet the man would see the handkerchief and sprint over and grab it and give it back to her and said, excuse me, ma'am, you dropped this. Right? Women have always been making the first move, and in today's world, it's even more appropriate for a woman to go ahead and make the first move. It does not mean that you are masculine. You can absolutely be feminine. So make the first move online by shooting him a message. Make the first move offline by actually striking up a conversation with him and breaking the ice. When you show interest in those 2 ways, you're going to be receiving a lot more interest from men. Number 2 is eye contact. Being generous with your eye contact. Now, each of these 3 strategies, let me just tell you, they're simple, but it doesn't mean they're always easy. You might feel the fear. You might need to step outside your comfort zone. But the life that is waiting you, the life that you love is on the other side of that comfort zone. That's why the comfort zone is there, is to help us stretch beyond it so that we can expand and really live the life that you were meant to live. So showing eye contact means being generous with that. If you see a cute guy, look at him. Let him catch you looking at him. Smile at him. Hold that eye contact to the point where it's uncomfortable. And way more often than not, he's going to reciprocate. He's going to smile back to you. He's going to come up and talk to you. And you can absolutely, it's a wonderful feminine thing to do, is shoot that eye contact his way, ignite him, invite him over to come talk to you, and then you've just ignited interest. Now, before I give you the third strategy, I want to tell you a gift that I have for you, because once you get attention from men and they ask you out, they're going to exchange phone numbers, and then you're going to start texting. And so I've created a texting guide to help guide you through the texting process and give you exactly what to say to men. I'm going to link it up in the video here and then also in the description below. It's a free gift. It's an ebook I've written for you to support you in your love life. So after the video, go ahead and click that link. You can get that free gift. It's a gift from me to you. Now, the third strategy for getting noticed by men is to break the professional barrier. Here's what I mean. There are men in your life that you might be colleagues with, or you might network with, or maybe it's a hot doctor that you see and it's a professional setting and you can sense the electricity between the two of you. You know what I'm talking about? There's like there's charge between you, get along, you laugh, you have this amazing conversation, but he's not asking you out. So how can you give him permission to ask you out? How can you show interest in that way? I'm going to give you a great line for how to do this. Here's what you say. You say, you know what? We get along way too well for us not to be hanging out more. And I love that because it totally illuminates and highlights the fact that you guys connect, that you love talking to one another, that you guys jive with one another, and you give him a softball permission to ask you out. And so there you have it. 3 powerful strategies for how to get noticed, how to ignite attention in men. If you want to ignite attention from men, if you want to be noticed, be generous with your attention versus stingy with your attention. And you're going to see how much you get noticed in life go way up. And now my question for you is this: what strategies do you use to get noticed by men? Go ahead and post a comment in the comment section below. I love checking out your comments. The insights that get posted down there are absolutely brilliant. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, take a moment, click the subscribe button and click the little bell so you get notifications, because we post videos each and every week for how to expand the love in your life, how to understand men, and how to help you attract the relationship that you would love. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.